425 magazine contributor Monica Hart is big on tradition and was inspired by her Italian grandmother when she put this Easter brunch together.
Absolutely.
Hello again.
Happy Easter, kid.
Happy Easter.
I love all those throwbacks.
Oh my
so
gosh.
cute.
Right?
Hello. Yeah.
The bonnet was, it was serving looks today.
Love the bonnet. Yeah.
So you actually, this spread is on the cover of 425 magazine, right?
I'm always so excited when they give us that honor. But yes, so it was kind of, as you said, inspired by my Italian-born grandmother, Nettie. I rolled some things out today that I did for the magazine and did some other things as well. Fun little tips and tricks to elevate your Easter celebration.
Well, you're definitely going to elevate mine, and we're starting with table.
That tablescape? Just the tablescape.
Okay.
Yeah, the tablescape. I like to keep it really simple, really natural, so that the food shines.
Okay.
And so I have this little rattan number here, a really simple dishware. I did do a really fun napkin fold. Do you see that? I turned it into a little basket.
I hope this is easy,
this
Monica.
Is really
You're
easy.
saying
so I'm
it's
show
easy.
You. Here's a napkin, and I'm just folding it in a triangle. I'm going to fold it up so it kind of looks like a boat now.
Okay.
I'm going to flip-a-roo it. I'm going to go like this and like this, and we're going to go and tuck it in a little bit, and then it stands up in a perfect world.
And then we're gonna,
and then you just turn it around, and you've got a little. You have to finesse
fill
it a little
everything
bit.
in,
and then in the end, it looks like that.
That
right?
is so
super easy, and everybody has napkins, so you don't have to go out and buy something. That's what I like. I like to repurpose and do that kind of thing.
And all this coloring can be throughout the year. It doesn't
go
have
with
to
anything, right? Exactly.
Totally.
But check this out. Okay, look at these little eggs. They're real eggs, and I have hollowed them out and then put little flowers in it. So what you do? Here's an egg, and I'll get it started. I've got a little cocktail pick, of course, and you just kind of go like this, and then you empty it out, rinse it out, and then you put water in it, and then you pop in a little flowers, and then I like to put it on a stand like this, an egg cup. So an egg bouquet on an egg cup.
Egg bouquet. Two words I never thought I would say.
So it's a very just natural elements on the table, and I like to do the same thing with the flowers.
I know. Okay, so these greens and blooms. What's happening?
Okay, so first of all, I thought it'd be fun. I started a bunch of things from seed. These are sunflowers and future zinnias. So I popped it into a peat pot, and so that could be a great takeaway for people. Now it's a little too late to start your seeds, but if you go to the garden store, you can find seedlings like that and do your own. It's a fun takeaway, and then they can plant in their garden. How fun! This is a repurposed container. It had really yummy cookies in it.
I love when you do a repurpose.
It's so pretty. So I popped a glass in there and popped a tulip, and that's a fun thing to do. Now this is a little weird, and you have to be a gardener to dig this. But here's are 2 tulips, and I've actually pulled them out of their container, rinsed them off, and so you see the bulbs.
Yeah.
And you just put them on a frog for floral arranging.
I just found out what that was.
Skewered that, impaled the tulips, and for now they're still standing. But it's another natural fun thing. This is fresh dill. I love to do things like that.
And these are the little flowers that you used in the mini eggs.
These are just market flowers, so inexpensive. Pop a little glassware in there, and you've got this fun little, I don't know, assortment of cool stuff.
And the natural elements, not like a big vase taking up the middle of your
meadow.
Yes.
You know, kind of thing. I like that meadow vibe. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're moving to the food, right? What do we see here?
Well, you know what? I told you my grandma, she loved to do the ravioli, right? And so I always do pasta as well, but this year I did a thing called laminated pasta. You make your homemade pasta. I think we have a shot of it, and it's in 425 magazine. There we go.
There it is.
So those are the handmade pasta. You put down a little bit of basil, and then you top it with another sheet, and you run it through the pasta maker, and so it laminates it. Then you roll it up and you cut it into just a little wider than fettuccine. There you go.
Whoa.
And then you have this I'm telling you, it was so good. And it was just such a joyous thing. And when I do it, I think about my grandma, and it makes everything magical. So
and that's what it is. Family magical events at the holidays.
But my grandma would also do super easy appetizers. She'd put a big hunk of Parmesan. She'd put some veggies down there. And so we did some quick, and I mean really quick, pickled veggies. I'm going to have you help me out.
Please.
Top off those two. So I've pickled just cucumbers and strawberries, which I know sounds weird, but you put your spice of choice in there. I have cardamom. I have rosemary, tarragon, fresh bay. Yeah. And so you usually do about a third full of whatever. I have champagne vinegar. And then you top a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and then you top it with water. And you can let it, just do it in the morning, do it for a couple hours. A lot of people boil it, but I do super quick pickling, so I don't even do that step. But it's really yummy, it's pretty, it's natural. Oh,
yeah.
check this out. Do you see these baby?
I know, those look
are
like baby
peppers.
carrots.
Cut it in half, get some ricotta, make a little dip, and then pipe it in there, and then put in a nice sprig of dill, and it looks like a carrot.
And then you are on a sourdough journey, right?
Journey, yes. So I baked that off for y'all last night. So nothing's better than a warm thing of sourdough coming out of the oven. So see, it's really simple. It's actually fairly healthy.
Yeah.
But then you save room for the handmade pasta, the laminated pasta. So
right.
Yeah.
And again, so elevated, and it's not filling you up too much before the main event, which is so important. Dessert too, you're going to show me.
All right, so I decided to make an olive oil, citrus, honey, vanilla bean cake. And I wanted to give it a little Easter twist. So I think you can see I've popped in some jelly beans, Easter colors, and I baked it off. So I call this my Easter surprise cake because I had no idea how that was going to turn out. I've made the cake, but I've never put jelly beans in it. So it's super cute. And then you can go online, and I found these teeny tiny carrots. Are they not the cutest?
You have thought of everything.
Do a little smear there of a little frosting, and so it's just yummy. And I mean, olive oil, citrus, vanilla bean. What could be wrong with that, right?
It's giving spring, summer, perfect.
And you want to do this? Ready? We're gonna make
what is
it
this?
snow. Yeah, at the very end, you want to make it snow
with a little powdered sugar.
A little powdered sugar. Here we go.
Cute.
Here we go. There we go. We make it snow.
Oh.
And I like to do that at the table when guests are there because it's like dinner and a show. You know.
Monica, I need to come to your dinner and a show stat.
But last but not least,
we love an Easter cocktail. So what are we making?
You're gonna
please
get the funnel ready. So what we have is a espresso martini, and this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to see. You're going to hold it on to you. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there. It's espresso. Go ahead and bring it over. And we've got vodka and Bailey's.
Oh, yes.
So that
and a chocolate bunny, so you could just cut off the little ear.
Right, so we're going to put in a straw for each of us. And maybe you could put in one of those cute little flowers. Those are actual apple blossoms from my tree. And then we're going to give it a little spritz of little this. Let's see.
I know.
There you go.
Hit me with the whipped cream.
Cute. Go ahead and put some sprinkles if you would.
Yes.
And so then we can toast to Easter in the bunny. I don't know how watertight it is, so
oh my gosh. Okay.
You know, we're going to be careful. We're going to drink quickly.
We're going to taste test. Cheers.
Nice.
That is the most festive drink ever.
Okay. Okay, cheers.
Wait, is that my new favorite? Does this need to be on rotation?
I love that.
It's so cute. Monica,
and so
thank
far
you
it's holding
so
together.
much. It is. It's perfect.
Happy Easter to you.
Happy
Easter.
Easter.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.